Hi, my name is Mike Michalko, and I want to share with you one of my favorite drum beats. The beat is by Steve Gadd. The song is Late in the Evening by Paul Simon. Now, a lot of drummers attempt this beat, and they don't succeed. A couple of reasons, because they've maybe never been shown it properly. Well, it's really demonstrated great in one of Joe Bergamini's books out there in the Modern Drummer Classic Tracks. So you can check out the whole entire song. It's transcribed note for note in that book. Basically, when you listen to that song, when Steve recorded that, a lot of people don't realize this, is he had two drumsticks in each hand. And you're probably thinking, what? How did he do that? Well, one thing that you hear when you hear him play the beat is you hear this, it's almost like a delay type of sound. So you're hearing this. And that's what that is. It's actually Steve holding the sticks backwards from the tips are at the back of the hand now, and you're squeezing the tips together like that. So you're creating just a very, very small little V like that. And when you hit the stick downward, both sticks give you that effect. Now at first you're going to find it kind of weird to hold the drumstick like that, and it's a tricky thing to do. At first it was a little bit hard to hold that. You're going to find that your sticks might pinch the skin, but the thing that I find the hardest about that, which blows me away that Steve Gadd can play this so awesomely, is now you have twice the weight of your drumstick in your hands. So I find that playing this whole entire song is a bit of a challenge because of the double the weight. So it doesn't matter what stick you use, even if you use a very light 7A or something like that, to still put two 7As in one hand is now heavier than a 5B. So what we're going to do, start off, is show you how this works. Now when Steve plays this groove, you hear him play it on the rim of the floor tom, not the side of the floor tom, it's the rim. You'll hear him play a cowbell pattern, and he'll do the same pattern also up on the ride. Now, some of you may not have a cowbell. That's okay. I'm just going to demonstrate this on the floor tom rim and on the ride cymbal bell. So the pattern is based off of an Afro-Cuban Mozambique pattern, which is very, very cool. So if you want to see how this is transcribed, once again, check out Joe Bergamini's book. Okay. And so first thing you do is you got to get the sticks in your hand. So you're now holding two drumsticks. Something like that, right? Something like this. Okay, and I would suggest just practicing this at first. To make sure that you can get that effect happening and make sure you're holding the sticks properly. Let me just demonstrate the beat for you really quick, and then I'll slow it down and talk a little bit about it. It's a pretty cool sounding beat. I mean, when I first heard that, I was totally blown away by that. I thought, that ever cool, I definitely have to learn that. Now, I've seen Steve on some videos do some variations of that and make it much hipper, but this is kind of the starting factor of learning this very, very cool beat by Steve Gadd. So what's basically happening is the feet are just simply playing quarter notes, just going 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And the beat is based off of 8th notes and 16th notes. So what's happening with my right hand, let me just play this again for you slow, and then I want you to learn this by ear, as opposed to us counting this. It's almost quicker to learn it by ear and visual. I find that if I teach people how to count this, they get a little bit more confused quicker. If you just watch what I'm doing and just listen, you might get this a little quicker, then you can go back later and learn how to count it. But for now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start playing the beat, and then I'm going to take away my left hand, and I'll just play it in the air so you can simply hear what my right hand is doing. So maybe you could kind of hear what was happening with the right hand. Okay. Now with the left hand, it's moving back and forth between the floor tom, one floor tom hit, one small tom hit, one mid tom hit, another small tom hit, another mid tom hit, one more small tom hit, and back to the floor tom. So what I'll do this time is I'm going to play the right hand pattern just on my lap so you can see what's happening with the left hand, where it's going. So when you put all of that together, you get this very cool classic beat that every drummer should know, Late in the Evening by Paul Simon, performed on the drums by the masterful Steve Gadd.